Hi, this is Greg from the Jewelry Tech team, and today I'd like to talk to you about using different types of silicone rubbers within the same mold. So let's get started. You're probably aware that there are different types of silicone rubbers with different properties. Some are stiffer with higher durometer ratings, others are softer and more flexible with lower durometer ratings. And some have higher tear strengths or elongation ratings. These specifications are listed in the mold rubber comparison chart, which is linked below. Most of the time we find a good all-around rubber that will work for the majority of our designs. But did you know that you can combine different rubber types within the same mold to solve problems and improve efficiency? So let's take a look at these examples of what I'm talking about. Okay, so this first example is of this dragon pendant mold. The main reason for using a second rubber type, or the most common reason, is for tearing. So tearing is the most common reason why you would want to use a stronger or higher tear strength rubber. And here's a perfect example. This is an old mold of a dragon pendant that took a quartz crystal there and stuff, but the mouth is supposed to be open here. It's supposed to be an open mouth. And the rubber would always tear here, right there where the mouth is. I don't know if you can see that or not. So that rubber is torn out. So every time the wax goes in now, it just fills that hole and closes the mouth. So this is a perfect place to put a second or a more high tear strength rubber in that area. So this is a perfect candidate for that. Here's another examples of a tear strength. So this ring has got a lot of gallery area. This is where the mold is going to tear, in these little holes here under the gallery and so on. So this is where you want to have a second higher tear strength rubber in this area. So that's what we did. We packed this mold, and you can see, pull that out there. So this area here in the gallery area underneath the stone where all these little holes are that normally tear the rubber, this is where we wanted a higher tear strength rubber. Here's another example of a mold with a second or higher tear strength rubber in an area that would tear. So these are just little bales. So this whole area was packed with a higher tear strength rubber. This is a good example. Here's some other molds that are really nice. These are actually beads with a pave type setting all over them. And these have a rubber insert that is got a lot of stretch or high tear. It's the electron orange rubber. And this comes out like this. And then we can take out this cool little pave set bead, hollow bead. So you can see that that had to be stretched to pull out of that hole. So this needs to stretch and flex quite a bit to be able to get out of there. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how we pack the second type of rubber in. We know that we want this stronger rubber to be in this area just up at the top where the prong setting is. So I'm going to put a little bit underneath the ring and press that down. And then I'll put a little bit on top. Like that. And then the rest of it I'm just going to pack around with more of the apricot. Okay, so it's packed. We just put on the aluminum plates, and we're going to pop it in the vulcanizer. Okay, so to summarize, the reason why we do all of this is to create better molds ultimately. And I can't overstress the importance of better molds because, number one, they need to be replaced less often. They give you better copies every time you pull a wax, which need less cleanup, less scraping. They will give you better castings, which give you less finishing problems down the road, and more consistency from piece to piece in the final product. So I hope you found all this information helpful. As usual, like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, contact us.